Yeah, I mean, I don't know how this wasn't my first video because, or the first in the series, I guess, because eyebrows, literally what they do is frame your face. So I'm gonna show you how I fill my brows, how I like to, and then I'm gonna show you how I could fill my brows and just show you how different it is, because it's crazy. I'll start off with the one that I do. If you want like an updated brow routine, let me know. 'Cause I know that a lot of you guys have been like, damn, your brows are fire, and I'm like, stop. So the first thing that I'm gonna use is this brow pencil by Maybelline. This is the Ultra Slim Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Blonde. I lost the little spoolie cover. But these are amazing. Drugstore brow products, fantastic. By far my favorites. So I do like to kind of shape my brows with a pencil first. I'm gonna do this guy the way that I usually do. So what I usually do is, obviously eyebrows are not the same. I try to get them as even as I possibly can. And again, if you want to see a video on that, let me know. I like this brow. I think this is my favorite brow. So what I like to do is kind of follow this shape. It's a little more straight, and I like to soften it a little bit. So I kind of just like sketch underneath the bottom part of the brow first. And I like to accentuate a straighter line, and then kind of like bring it out there. And then I'll kind of just fill in little areas. I usually start off with this brow because it's my favorite. I make it look good, and then I try to match the other side. So I do like to extend the tail a little bit, and then I'll just kind of like lightly feather the color. This is like such a good match though, this color for my brow. And then I'll just kind of like brush through that. And that's really the shape that I like to create. I think it's a little bit soft. It frames nicely. It's nice and full, but it's not too manly, you know? Now, my hairs naturally are a little bit thicker on the inner part of my brow, so I like to make sure that my tail is at least the same like value as that, because if your eyebrows are a little bit dark in this area and light in the tail, it can make it look just like very heavy on the inner part, and then it sort of like brings everything inward. It can make your eyes look a little like too close together. So I like to make sure that this is darker. For this brow, I have had my makeup done a couple times. One of the times my brows were done basically to like accentuate the way they could look. So if I just follow this brow, the natural shape of this brow, I would follow the under part of this. Now this eyebrow is quite arched, so if I follow that arch, this is basically just following the actual natural shape of my brow. And then where you really see a difference is when you like really fill in the front of the brow. Let's brush this out so it doesn't look completely crazy. Okay, so when I did have my eyebrows filled by someone else, this is kind of how they did it. They did make my tail like way longer, but this is basically me just following the natural shape that my eyebrow grows. I do want to like darken that up. So hopefully you guys can see the difference. So basically what I did was I literally just followed the natural shape, but it really intensifies this arch and it brings my eyebrow in a lot more. So if you just look at the difference, this side looks so much softer. It really frames my face. Like I said, it looks full, but it's more feminine. This side is very like harsh. And even though I didn't really like fill it in more than the other side, it just looks really intense. It makes me look angry. It's not soft. The tail is kind of short, so it's sort of like, I don't even know how to describe that, but this just kind of like elongates that area, and this just really like cuts it off. It looks not even necessarily manly, but just angry. Isn't that crazy? It's a huge difference. Eyebrows make such a big difference. Some things for you to just kind of keep in mind if you're feeling a little bit lost is you kind of want to keep this area a little bit lighter, and then if you are going to deepen up any area, you want to make sure that it's the tail. That's the most flattering typically. If you are like me and you have denser hairs up at the front, make sure that you're focusing the majority of the pigment back here, but you do kind of want to feather it in so that you don't just have like a separate color, because typically eyebrow shades aren't going to match you perfectly. Yeah, I hate that. Doesn't that look terrible? Jesus Christ. All right, if you guys do want to see an updated brow routine, let me know. I'm down. I will do it. That's it. I'll see you next time.